Yeah, so while creating a new view, you can create a view with Ldap. So there are two options here, either with local, so you can create local users here, or give a Ldap setting. So for testing, we have a Ldap server. So let me, so this is our Colo Ldap server. So there are a couple of fields like the Ldap server URL, username, password, the suffix for the Colo server, and then what is the tree where from where you want to, I mean, basically tree is your directory, and the filter, user filter is on that tree what filter you want to apply, and similarly with group and group filter. So in LDAP, basically, user tree and group tree are two different things. Um, so we can specify different user group, I mean, user tree, and for group we can specify different group tree, and accordingly the filters. So let me authenticate. So when you say test, authenticate and test connection, so it makes a call LDAP verify. Wait, this is sorted with something else. Yeah, which tells you that all your configurations are correct. So here UI actually makes couple of call that it it actually imports the user here. It imports all the user with according to your setting, right? And right now it has assigned no roles to any of the user. So in this case, when we come to this import user page, this is basically not import user, because by this time we already have users imported in our cluster. So here basically we what we do is we give or assign role to the user. We, although we say this it's an import user page, but users are already imported. And then you can add, and you can add couple of more users here and say done. So here we call the role assignment calls according to the role assigned to the users. Okay, this is role type and user ID, and scope is domain. So in at this on this domain, what is the role assigned to a particular user? Now we can actually change this setting. If you think that the LDAP user filter and group filter which you have given is not correct, and you want to change those settings, you can come here, and there is a global setting at Ldap. So here it shows your view. You can go and edit. So say I want to, basically my Colo Ldap server has a lot of users. If I want to change the setting here to bring more users, so right now I was seeing some 9-10 users. If I want to, so most of my users are in the users group. So if I want to change the setting here, so I will remove, say, OU is equal to global. So because if I say OU is equal to global, it was searching in the globant OU. So I want to remove that. I want to import more users which are available in the users. Mm, chat. Yeah, so I got more users here. So accordingly, you can set your, depends on how your LDAP is set. You can set your group and user filters. Uh, Actually, the tree and then the filters. Okay, this button is not working right now. I think this email field is mandatory, because of which this done is not working. Um, Let me just take some other user for which. Any question here? So now I will create project. So during project creation, so right now we are facing a couple of issues with Ldap. There are a lot of performance issues and otherwise some functionality issues as well. But normal functionality is working fine with Ldap. So with this BU, we actually imported Gayatri as a BU admin, and it is showing me others user as well. So there is already a bug on this. We should not show all these users because they are not imported at the view level. So if you have not imported any user at view level, if you assign this user any role in the project level, it doesn't make sense because the user won't be able to log into the view at all. So this has been already a bug. Let's skip it. Now at the project level, you can see the configurations, who are the users. So Gayatri is a admin, and there are unassigned users as well. You see, if I assign some role to Rahul and add it, if I try to say add profile, although I'm able to log in as Gayatri because Gayatri was the view admin, and by default, if a user is admin at the view level, it will be admin in all the projects, right? Now I can also log in as Rahul. So Rahul is admin at the view level and member at the project level. So he can still do a lot of tasks as a member user because he is admin to the project. But Rahul, since he's admin to the project, he won't be able to take backup because backup in certain tasks is only for member users. Now I can log in as admin again. So if I create another project, and assign a role to Neha on this project as admin, right? And say done. Now if I go at the view level, I do not have Neha at view level. So if I go back again on the Ldap project, test 2, and I check the configuration here, it doesn't show me that Neha. So now, because Neha was not there at the view level, so it doesn't show me that user. So it doesn't make sense to show that particular drop down while creating the project. It should show me only those users which are already imported at the view level, right? Now, what else a view admin can do with Ldap? So let's log in as Gayatri and see. The view admin can import multiple users on its view. Say, do I have anything as a view? Okay. And then since Samir was assigned an admin role, the projects are already automatically assigned to Samir. Now, if I try to say reassign role and try to assign a member role to Samir, so all the assigned projects goes off because now it is member. Now you have to again assign project to the user. So say I want to assign Samir one project with admin role. When a user is admin to the project but member to the BU, right? So it cannot do couple of things like Samir cannot see. Okay, I do not know the username password for this one. Let's do it for. Give me a minute. So say Rahul has same access, right? Member role in a view and admin access to the project. And so if I okay, so since Gayatri is a view admin, it can see the cost management and all that stuff. Meaning, it can see the show back details. Right now, this rates and all that is not configured, so you are not seeing the details. And it is also a very fresh cluster fixed yesterday, so you will not get those details right now. So these things are not available for the uh, member users. The member who at the view level, they cannot see this cost management show back things. So if I say login as Rahul, So Rahul has access to only one project, right? So I can see only one project and I cannot see showback. Although Rahul is admin to this particular project, but he's a member to the BU. So now I'll create a pure member user who is member to BU and member to uh, project as well. So let me import another user. Mm, so say import user. So basically search and sort, both the things works in file import user tab, but we have issue with the customer end because they have more number of users. So this the searching is not working properly because of the performance issue. So this is member at view level, right? Okay, now I'll assign a project to Tushar user. Say I assign both the projects to Tushar as member one. So now Tushar is member at view level, right? And member at project level as well. You see, it has member access to the projects. Now if I try to log in as Tushar, so I can see both the projects, but I cannot see cost management tab here. Now if I log into a project, so as I'm a member, I can do all the other operation, but I cannot create a network or I cannot create an image, right? So this is blocked for the member user, but it can reuse any, like, oh, when did this happen? Okay, no network available. So because in these projects, we just created a project, we didn't create the network. I think one of the projects we created the network. Yeah. It can create it can do all the operations, but it cannot create a VM, it cannot create a network or a image. It cannot create QoS policy, all those stuff. But rest normal operation, what member user should be able to do, um, it can do. So these are the basic tests which we do with the role-based access. Like if I have Ldap setting in my view, so we create different types of users and we try to log in with the user and try to test what the behavior is. Like they are able to access what they have given authority to do the operations. So say if I in this cluster we have not enabled backup right now. It's 3.0 cluster. So if there is a backup enabled, only member user can take the backup, create a backup group and all that stuff. So we create a Ldap user and try to test backup through these users, member users. So all those tests we perform normally when we test Ldap. So now we'll see. So now we were working with the groups, users. Now we'll see how the group works. Sorry. So I have imported two groups, right? But I have not assigned any role yet. So these groups have 17 users each. right? Now, if I say, let me remove all the users from here. Looks like we are hitting the issue again. Okay. So now, if I need to, so now I do not have any users, right? So if I try to log in as Gayatri again, hey guys, you guys have already slept? I guess
No,
not.
we are here.
No, yes, yes.
Okay. So, okay, need to sign out because that session is still active. So let me just log in as Gayatri to that view. Okay, so authentication failed because I have removed all the users from that view. Now you cannot log in. So now we'll check how groups are working. So in case of group, say I have 17 users in the group and I want to assign some role. So I do not want to import all the 17 users one by one. What I'll do is I'll assign a particular role to that group, right? So say I'm assigning an admin role to this group. So all the users of this group will have admin access at the view level, right? And then if I try to assign projects, so basically, as I said, when you assign role as admin at the view level, projects are already assigned as a admin role. Because you are admin at view level, so you have access to everything. So that it doesn't make sense if I make you member at the project level because Keystone already takes the higher precedence and it assigns you the admin role. So this is automatically done right here. And then let me come back. There is an issue. I cannot click on groups one more time. I have to come back to the tab. Okay, so now if I assign role here as member, so all the 17 users of this group will get a member access. And then I'll do assign project and say I'm assigning only test, right? And then again, I'm assigning project test 2 as an admin role. Do you understand the difference? I although have member role at the view level, but to one project I have admin access, to another project I have member access. All the 17 users of this group will have same access. Like in one project they will be admin, and in one project they will be member. So let's see who are who are the users here. So Gayatri is there, Neha is there. So let's log in with one of the user. So I showed you like I was not able to log in as Gayatri, right? When I removed all the users, now I will be able to log in as Gayatri. So let's see, right? So I'm the admin. I can see this cost management tab, which is show back, and then I can see both the projects, and in both the projects I have admin access. I can create a network. Mm, right now, I'll log in as. Let me check who is the user in the second group. Okay, so we haven't imported any user. We have imported groups only. So okay, Tushar, Rahul, and Sameer, for which I know the password. Other users can also log in actually. Let me log in. So log in by lab. Yes. Okay. So as I said, for one project I have admin access and one project I have member access. So let's see, let's try to create, because I have admin access in this project. No, which project I have admin access? Okay, this project I have admin access, right? And in another project I do not have admin access, so I cannot create. Okay, let's go back and check if I can check. Yeah, and here because we do not give this edit option here, because a member, the person cannot do role assignment to itself if it is not a view admin. So we have not given, so I cannot show you from here which project has access to what level. So in test 2, I am the admin. So let's cross verify that. Okay. In test 2, I have admin access. In test, I have member access. Right. So any question here? Right now we are,
No
yeah,
question. Swarupa.
yeah. Can you repeat your question? I'm not able to hear.
No, I'm saying no questions.
Okay, no questions. Okay. Yeah. So right now we are hitting some issues, like every time to get the so to get this list, when I come to this page, um, basically to get this list of users who has access to a particular view, right? We are actually making a lot of role assignment calls, right? We are first making this call user domain, which brings me all the users, and then we check all the roles for those users. So this is creating a lot of issue. This is creating a lot of performance issue, which hopefully we would be working on the later releases. So yeah, while installing at the customer environment, you might find a lot of issues with bigger Ldap. Okay, I think this is it with the Ldap thing. Okay, one more thing I want to show you is I also have this view called admin.ldap. So all the time when we log in, right, when we set up a cloud, we give username, password there when we first time create a cloud. That username is for admin.local, right? When you log in as this admin one or any other user, the first user created is under admin.local, who is a cloud admin. I can also set up cloud admin through Ldap. So what I need to do is, say I want to set up Ldap for my cloud. So I want to this is I want to use only one. Right. I'll go to admin.ldap view, and then I'll so basically I took only one group, right? So I have imported only 3 users from that group. So say I want to make Rahul as admin. So now what's happening? Can I sign out? Oh, is it trunk getting upgraded, Gayatri?
Yes, I guess Kavirappa had put a message on UI channel.
Okay. Okay, so if I import user at admin.ldap and then add a profile like uh, in case of business unit, rather than giving admin.local, I'll give admin.ldap, and then username will be Rahul and password the Rahul's password, right? And you log in and you can do all of this what you can do with uh, admin one, right? So I can set the global setting, I can see all these tabs, right? And I can do the global setting, I can do the cost management, show back rates, configuration, everything. I can see inventory. So all of this I can see as a normal local cloud admin can see. Okay, any any question up till here? mm, do I need to cover anything else? Am I missing something, like that?
No, I guess that's pretty much it. Like it's more of like user management, and all we need to do is like instead of creating a new user every time in the local repository, we are just importing existing LDAP users.
Yeah, because local users are not so scalable, right? You cannot create a new user all the time and manage their profile. So rather than doing that in enterprise level, mostly people work with Ldap. So we have given this Ldap, but right now we have couple of performance issues. But otherwise, the role-based access works absolutely fine.
Gayatri, this is Suman. Sorry, Swarupa, this is Suman.
Mhm.
Can you show me what are the REST API calls it will I mean, REST API calls will be used in the Ldap functionality.
Yeah, once you start browsing, you will see. So, like users call, right? We make for particular domain. So we give this a domain ID, right?
Okay.
And to bring all the users of this domain, right? So whatever, as I said, whatever combination of user tree and group tree, and on top of that, whatever filter you have applied, accordingly it will bring you the users, right? And then you make roles call to figure out uh, those users what kind of role they have, right?
So roles and user domain and
Role, then role assignment call is also there.
okay,
Then I think pretty much it. And these are the, and then this is a config call which you gives you the Ldap configuration,
okay,
right? So okay, one thing I couldn't show you, when you do this Ldap setting from the global setting, right? There is a, under that there is a hidden thing. If you want to do more advanced Ldap setting, right? In one of the user we had that issue, so they wanted something like some advanced setting. So that is there. So right now we send default values for those Ldap advanced Ldap settings. So that is also there, but we don't deal with it because normally this is what normally we give user tree, group tree, and all that. Okay.
I think that's all.
If you want more details, Roshan is working on Ldap. So he play around with users, domain ID, and role assignment call and roles call, and why we do that. So basically, right now we do not have a single call which tells me that who are the users already been assigned role to a particular domain. So this they make this users domain call, right? The domain ID, which gives them all the users, and then they filter out the users which has already been assigned roles. So, I mean, this is very hectic thing because some of the Ldap has 20K users. So in the real customer environment, they have a lot of users, right? So making this kind of call and then filtering out the users is actually costly, which hits a lot of performance issues. So hopefully with next releases, we would be overcoming these issues.
So one question from my side. Basically, if we import user from Ldap, what does this import mean? Because if we do authentication from Keystone to Ldap, so basically Keystone actually goes to Ldap to validate the user. So what happens when we log in and with an Ldap user with the imported admin role at Keystone side?
Hmm. Sorry, I didn't get that. If you log in as an admin,
So basically, uh, for example, I have a local user, local admin user for a BU.
mm,
So basically, if you log in and Keystone will look in the database and try to validate the username and password.
yeah,
So what happens in case of LDAP user?
LDAP user, I think we have configured it as a read-only thing, and I think Keystone validates this uh, login password with the LDAP only, and the role
Mm-hmm.
assignment is done at the Keystone level.
Mm-hmm.
So those information are there in the Keystone. I think more detail if you want internally, then you can check with Kavirappa who works at the back end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So Amar, this is actually although we are using LDAP, but LDAP in with LDAP you can give resources to Windows resources and access rights to different resources available on the Active Directory. But
Mm.
Zero Stack cluster is not going to be part of that Active Directory. So apart from just importing users, so it is as good as creating those users in Keystone, and then whatever related to Zero Stack is then assigned to those Keystone users. So as such, apart from importing users, we are not having any association with Active Directory.
Okay, so that means we are actually creating a local user with the help of Active Directory.
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I will just query Kavirappa also on this. I'll get clear or more clarity on this.
So I think yeah, that is it, Amar. Actually, it's like that. Like we import the user, but every time you log in, so I logged in as a group, right? I logged in as individual user and group user also. It always go back and check with Ldap, because as far as I know, we are not writing back anything. We are only read only. So we don't save a credential. Neither I can change my password from here as like for local user. But when it comes to the role assignment and all this, that is checked against Keystone. So we are not actually locally saving anything as far as credential is concerned.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, just for the authentication, it's so Keystone might be querying LDAP,
Yeah,
and it's saving some info here locally to assign groups and roles to that particular user,
yeah,
so that when it generate tokens, it can have those info to provide other guys.
yeah. But whenever I'm coming to this page, it is again querying LDAP only. So that is why
Haha.
it is bringing all the users. So
Mm-hmm.
that is like pain. That is the problem with right now we are facing. Right, every time
Mm-hmm.
querying 20,000 user and then
Mm-hmm.
checking their credential against LDAP. So all this
Mm-hmm.
creating issue.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So basically, when I did implementation Keystone with LDAP earlier, it has the issue. It's the same issue basically. It was querying all the users every time.
Okay. So did you find any solution to that?
So we moved to SAML. So we
Okay.
dropped LDAP and we moved to SAML.
Okay. And what benefits does it give you?
So SAML SAML is basically a plain interface to query things, and you can actually program it accordingly. So in Geo, the single sign-on was based on SAML and LDAP. So SAML was pretty easier than LDAP, and managing SAML was easy. So we moved to SAML.
The SAML is interface between LDAP and Keystone or something?
No, 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 no. It's like a single sign-on. It's a different method to provide a single sign-on. There's a SAML server
Okay.
which will maintain all user and password, and which will provide you a interface to all the guys who are actually querying for authentication.
Okay.
It's
But
different than it's different than AD in
no, but
the.
in case of like I have a customers who is using AD only to verify
Mhm.
their users. So how would you implement that in that case?
No, if the customer is using AD, then we have to use AD. There's no option. No, I was so we had this private cloud. We had our own environment, so we had control on AD and SAML both. But we here the scenario is different. We go to the customer place, and if they say AD, then AD. If they say SAML, then SAML. So, but if we cannot say them, we cannot ask them to go to basically on SAML or something else. So yeah, we have. If this problem is there, I'll try to look into again. If we find something in letters Keystone or some any solution for that.
So actually Keystone has support for SAML, is it?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We have actually have similar things. I mean, not single sign-on, although yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but single login we are actually controlling. But that is like implemented at the style level. That if one
Mm-hmm.
user has logged in, another user with the same name cannot log in if he do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So basically, in enterprise, there are a lot of applications, and the user got access to it, and there's only username is the email ID. So for that, they implement single sign-on. So and they had single sign-on. We had to include private cloud with the single sign-on. Actually, we have to configure Keystone with SAML.
Okay. Yeah, I understood that. Yeah, and
Mhm.
normally, yeah, we used to use that in other tools. Like if
Yeah, yeah.
I have logged in as in Gmail with same email ID, I can log into
Mhm.
my private cloud.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why they. So that's when we implementing AD. We was having a lot of issues with AD and that performance issue also. And Keystone V3 with AD had some issues. So I think those issues you are seeing here also. We'll see how to fix that.
Right. You can give your inputs, prior experience with
Mm-hmm.
Power because he's supposed to implement these changes. So something
Mm-hmm.
like to store all that information,
Mm-hmm.
all the user information in the star itself, in some
Mm-hmm.
DB, and then from there we operate. Like no need to query
Sure.
all the time, something like that. They're
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not sure.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay. I will just have a discussion with them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay, can so shall we wind up? Like now today we are not covering metering because we do not have setup for that. We do not have external network in this particular setup because of some issue. So that fix will come very soon, and we'll be taking metering tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so let's wind up. Thank you guys.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.